Recently, I ran across some treasures typically found in more industrial settings, things that were made to do serious work and now exude tons of vintage charm. Stay tuned to see what I found. Hi, I'm Jennifer. Welcome to Antiquing Adventures, where I share the vintage treasures I find in thrift stores and antique malls. Thanks for coming on this adventure with me. The first treasure that was hard to miss, despite the tons of inventory around it, is this industrial Toledo scale. Toledo scales began being manufactured in Toledo, Ohio in 1901 by Henry Theobald. The company produced scales for grocery stores and meat markets, as well as industrial sized scales like what I found. You can see examples here of this type of scale being used. Toledo scales were even the official scales of the 1976 Olympic Games. Around the late 80s and early 90s, the company merged and is now known as Mettler Toledo, headquartered in Switzerland, and according to Wikipedia, is the largest company in the world producing weighing instruments for laboratories, food services, and industrial needs. Here's another vintage scale that appears to be set up to use as a coffee table. I had difficulty finding out as much about this one, but here are pictures of similar items to give you an idea of what they might have looked like before they were combined, if they were in fact separate at one point. I'm not sure if the bottom platform is actually a grain scale or not. Maybe it was just some kind of cart. Let me know in the comments if you have more info on this one. Regardless, it's a cool look, although perhaps not kid friendly with that weight hanging down. Next up is this Keen Cutter grinding wheel by the Simmons Hardware Company, which was started in St. Louis, Missouri, way back in 1866. The company was sold to Shapley Hardware Company in 1940, at which time they altered the logo to say Shapley at the top instead of E.C. Simmons as it does here. So that helps us date this specific grinder to before 1940. The company also produced meat grinders, pocket knives, hand tools, and cutlery. All of these are considered collectibles today, as is anything with the Keen Cutter logo. Lastly, here's some equipment I shared in a short this week, a seed cleaner. Seeds are harvested and poured into this machine onto screens. Hand cranking caused the machine to vibrate, thus shaking the unwanted material off the seeds. I was unable to find information on when these were first invented, but did spot some for sale that were dated 1902. These are actually still made today, but use engines instead of hand cranking. Did you recognize any of today's hard-working treasures? If so, drop a comment. Also, let me know what vintage treasures you'd like me to feature in the future. If you like this video, make sure you follow the adventure by subscribing and hitting the notification bell. See you on my next adventure.